AITA for making my dad live with the consequences of choosing his stepson over me? My parents divorced when I was 2. They shared custody of me, and while my dad was never a perfect parent, he was a pretty decent one. Our relationship was strong. Then, when I was 9, he remarried, and our relationship changed. He has a stepson, Tommy, who's 3 years younger than me, and most of his time went to him after he remarried. It wasn't that my dad never spoke to me or looked at me again, but he broke every promise he made after he remarried. He prioritized the time spent with Tommy and never wanted to include me. Oh no, that wasn't possible. He said he didn't want to take away Tommy's chance to have a dad when he had never had one before. For that to work, he needed to make time to be his dad. The day my mom died, rather than be with me, he went ahead with his plans to take Tommy to play a father-son game of football. I was 13, and having my dad out having fun with his stepkid while my heart was breaking wrecked me. He went with Tommy knowing my mom had died too. My dad's wife accused me of being spoiled because I wanted to ruin Tommy's fun with my dad and wouldn't share him. There were times he had a work commitment that meant he had less time during the week. A perfect example of that happening was when I was winning an award, and I asked Dad if he could take me out for cake and ice cream afterward, just the two of us. He said, yeah, of course. 2 days later, he planned to take Tommy to an all-day karate event. My award ceremony was Thursday, and the karate was on Saturday. My dad was told on Tuesday that he needed to work more hours that week, and he informed me on Wednesday that he only had time to spend with one of us. He was keeping his plans with Tommy. I had already lost my mom, so I scrambled to ask my grandparents if they could make it at the last minute. I emotionally detached from my dad before I even turned 16, and I stopped believing in or expecting a relationship with him. After a few months, I decided I would fade from his life once I turned 18, and I started to plan my escape. I clashed with my dad's wife a lot in the last year because she wanted more time with Dad, and I refused to babysit Tommy for her. He was 14, not a small kid, but she babied him a lot, and the fights between us got pretty nasty. I don't know when my dad started to want more time with me or why. From what I know, he still spends a lot of time with Tommy, but he reached out and asked to meet up, and I told him no. I didn't give him any bullshit or make fake promises only to cancel. My dad wanted to know if I'd have time soon, and I said no, but he didn't give up. He invited me a handful more times. Then he wanted to know why I didn't come home for Christmas, and he asked us to have a family dinner soon. Again, I said no. He's planning a vacation with his wife and Tommy, and he invited me along. He said he'd pay for everything. I told him no yet again, and this time he made it a point to show up when I was visiting some of his family, bringing his wife and Tommy along. When they showed up, I went to leave, but Dad stopped me and begged me to stay, saying he wanted to spend time with me. Tommy said he wanted to hang out with me too, and told his mom he wanted to go somewhere with me. I told them I was leaving, and Dad asked me why I wouldn't spend time with him anymore. His wife told me I couldn't possibly walk away from my father and brother. I ignored her and told my dad it was the consequences of always choosing Tommy. I said I wasn't here to play games, and I wouldn't ever forget what an awful father he turned into. Then I said he wasn't my family anymore, and I left. He had it out with the relatives I was visiting, and now his wife is furious with me. She said I'm being spiteful, and these aren't consequences of Dad's actions. They're a child throwing a tantrum and wanting to punish people. She said it was most unfair to Tommy, who feels like he lost a brother. I told her Tommy never had a brother and to leave me alone. Then I blocked her. My dad's been trying to talk to me like crazy too, but I muted him and ignore them now. AITA?